All you have to do is change your mindset and be like, hey, you know what? Instead of looking at the situation negatively, you may look at it positively. Well, how do I do it? I don't know. Lie to yourself until you believe it, just like you lied to yourself about the negative shit. Mm-hmm. But once you understand that you can't solve the problems in your life with the same mindset and the same information that gave you the problems in the first place, then you understand that you need a renewed mind and you need new information in order to behave differently. What are you going to offer? Who you're going to offer it to? At what price? Where? These are the clarifications that you need. Value to who and how. Very simple. And that will give you the output. And if you just focus on providing value to this specific person in this specific way, you're going to test whether or not it works. And if it doesn't work, the output will tell you that it doesn't work. And if it works, the input will give you the output. So that's the first variable. Inputs and outputs are super important. My main priority is you need to be the best. And that's where most people get caught up. Your ability to do something with the best of your abilities will determine whether you're going to be hired or not.
And then the best for me is a really interesting thing, because sometimes like the iPhone's not the best product, but actually Samsung Android is a better product, but people still want the iPhone. So it's interesting because if you can get the high demand, you can almost outflank some of these things.
Yes, but this is also considering that best doesn't necessarily mean tech. True. Best can also have to do with convenience.
Yep.
People buy the iPhone because of the iMessage.
Yeah, and they also buy because it's a package.
Yes, it's the experience of the entire thing. Well, I need to be the best in understanding supply chain. I need to be the best in understanding cash flow management. I need to be the best in running Facebook ads. I need to be the best in product research. Do I have to do that later on? No, you can eventually hire people to do it. But the reason you want to know it is because you want to know every aspect of your business. Because there's going to be competition. Where there's demand, there's competition. And you don't want to be hired for being the cheapest. You want to be hired for being the best. So most people come into a business and they don't work on their skills. They don't polish the business model. They don't enhance the business model. They don't think about what are the verticals that allow me to do this in a better way. How can you do it better than your competition? High demand, your skill set, and then finally, it needs to be, we'll call it irreplaceable. You need to be irreplaceable. We are entering an era right now where AI and social media and automation is going to start quickly taking jobs. So why would I go into copywriting when any business in the next 12 months could replace me?
I say that about people becoming doctors, robotics and AI working together.
So you need to also, this one's an alarming one because you need to be irreplaceable in what you do. So why would you get a job at McDonald's that anybody can do when there's no skill attached to it? You'll get paid in proportion to what? The difficulty of the problems that you solve. So if you solve better problems, you'll get paid in proportion to that. So you don't necessarily need to go out of your way and start a business. You just need to get a job that is in high demand, that not a lot of people can do, be the best at it, and make sure that you can't be replaced. Should I be selling on Shopify? What's my thesis? And different people do business differently because they have different understandings of trends and narratives. So just make sure that you're irreplaceable. So you have these trends, right? You have these small little bursts. We see them in social media. Now more than ever, these trends last 2, 5, maybe 15 days. People, for example, Donald Trump got shot. People started drop shipping the shirt of him pumping the fist. It lasted maybe 3 days, but I saw a couple guys making $100,000 in 48 hours because it was a trend that was in high demand. So if you want to focus on this is like fast money, a pair of sneakers that Travis Scott releases that are private. That's a trend. You don't know if he's going to be around in 10 years. You do a quick flip, sell it for a couple hundred.
Good skill bucks. Practice.
It's a great practice. But you find something that's in high demand based off of trends. What I like to do is narratives, long-term plays. And narratives, believe it or not, are also riskier because it's you trying to predict the future. With the trends, you're acting upon the present moment. So this is usually how I think about demand. Now, you can create it artificially. If you're on the marketing side, you can create trends and you can create narratives. We can go into distribution. We can go into hiring key opinion leaders. We can go into influencing social media. We can go into distributing your clips. There's many ways to fabricate demand. In the trading world, you would consider trends kind of like your day trading plays, and your narratives are kind of like your long-term plays. Like you buy NVIDIA, understanding that the chips in processing is going to be something valuable in the future, and 20 years later it skyrockets. So that's a long-term narrative.